I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
This is the Virtual Real Estate Investor Podcast with Vincent Polisi. Buckle your seatbelt and prepare to learn how to legally make six figures investing in real estate with no money, no credit check, and nothing but a computer and internet connection. Learn how you too can begin generating buyers and sellers for free today. And why you're only 2 calls away from making a $10,000 or more payday while never leaving the comfort of your home. And now, your host, the virtual real estate investor, Vincent Polisi.
Let's go. All right, guys, here we go. You are in for yet another treat today from the real world of real estate investing. We are going back into the trenches with a live call on a live deal with a real estate investor stonewalled by a title company on a double closing. And you're going to get to hear it all live. You are not going to believe this, but this is a perfect example of what I tell you about people giving you the stupid test and how you cannot let them do that. And if all that wasn't enough, you're going to get to hear how I help this investor make an additional $7,500 in cash by not having to bring transactional funding to the table and pay 2 points on this deal. This phone call is unbelievable. It's going to be a little long because there's actually 3 phone calls incorporated talking to various people at Old Republic Title. You need to listen to the whole thing to see exactly how this goes down, because we go from getting told up front that what we're doing is illegal to finally getting a hold of the right person who says it's no problem. And essentially what happens is we end up taking a quote-unquote non-investor-friendly title company and in a span of 30 minutes turning them into an investor-friendly title company where we have an ability now to legally double close without bringing funds to the table. Everything totally transparent, all above board, completely legal. All parties know what's going on. They all know that it's an A to B and B to C transaction where C's funds are going to fund the entire sequence of both transactions in a simultaneous closing. And you're going to get to hear it all live. And he was basically going to be stopped and not allowed to close. Think about that. Not allowed to close on a deal?
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time.
So without further ado, let me go ahead and let you listen to these calls live and see exactly how things really work in the real world. And pay close attention to the advice that I give him at the very end.
And now, without further delay, it's unquestionably everyone's favorite segment of the Virtual Real Estate Investor Podcast with Vincent Polisi. It's time for an extra-large dose of total transparency. As you listen to Vincent live and in the trenches dodging bullets and grenades, while he's closing real buyers and sellers over the phone.
To ensure quality service, your call may be monitored or recorded.
This is Vincent.
Hey, Vincent, it's Eric.
Hey, what's happening?
I'm giving you a call because you didn't understand what I'm saying, and now.
Yeah, I don't understand. I think you're lost on something, man. There's nothing that would cause you to have to cut profits or do anything else, do things legally. That doesn't make any sense. So walk me through what you're doing now and what changed so I can help steer you in the right direction.
Well, what I was doing prior to double closing was I was just assigning the contract over. Now,
okay.
I guess you're right.
Nothing wrong with that.
Cut profits. I was just not disclosing my full intent correctly prior to talking to you.
Okay. The only thing that changes there is you just disclose it. It doesn't cost any money. It doesn't mean you have to double close.
Yeah,
you need to be transparent, so they understand.
So you just mentioned it.
So they understand what's going on. Well, so I don't know. What's the expense of double closing? Why are you double closing if it's only $10,000?
I could have
It's really
made
an assign. It's
like
really an assignment.
17.5, but they're getting a percentage of it.
Who is?
The company. It's like hold on, let me look it up.
Is it transactional funding?
Yeah, it was referred to me by somebody.
Okay.
But obviously I don't want to continue doing any of this. I've been working on, the owner finance deals and the scripts and going over and just kind of regurgitating it over and over and over again, so that when I close these deals, I can just jump right in.
Yeah. Okay, but why are you talking about giving up 7,500?
I'm sorry?
You said you're giving up 7,500 of your deal so they can have the money at the table?
I'll make 10 grand on it.
But you said you could have made 17.5, but they're taking the other 7,500.
Correct.
Okay, does that make sense?
It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Okay.
I was just getting nervous because I didn't disclose my intent, so I didn't want something to happen, and I just went this route.
Okay, just stop for a second. So you have a property contracted to purchase.
Correct.
And you've sold it to someone else.
Well, they're going to buy it. Correct.
Right. So you have a purchase and sale agreement with the seller. This other guy has a purchase and sale agreement with you. Actual double close, right? And
Correct.
is the title company requiring you to bring funds to the table? They won't fund it without you bringing funds?
That's how I understood it. Yes.
How you understood it? Because you asked the question, or?
No, I didn't ask the question.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't ask that question. So I guess I could still not bring funds and make that money.
Get the conference title company in real quick.
What was that?
Conference the title company in on the phone.
All right, 1 second.
Sure. What's the purchase price?
Purchase price to them is $395.
What are you buying it for? $380, $378, something like that. Okay.
It's $377.5, I think.
Okay.
I'm pulling up the documents right now.
So they're charging you like 2 points or whatever is what they're doing.
Yeah, and I guess it goes up by how much the deal costs or whatever.
Yeah, what city is this in?
In Pleasanton.
Pleasanton is in what? San Francisco? Is that what that's at?
Okay, 1 second. I'm trying to find the number. Okay, yeah, it's Old Republic title. Sorry, I'm not. Give me a second. All right. I'm just trying to make sure I call the right one, because last time they were like patching me over and then they put me on hold and then nightmare.
Is the guy that's buying from you, how's he paying? He's bringing cash?
Yeah, it's a cash deal because the margins are relatively thin, so they can't get lending on it. All right, here we go. All right, I'm going to call him.
All right.
Hey, Vincent?
Yeah, ma'am.
All right, so they just put me on hold. I just asked them. They asked me if escrow was open. I was like, yeah, it should be. We just signed a contract yesterday. So I told them, I'm calling about the double closing, and I had said you were my partner, and is that okay?
Yeah, fine.
What we're going to do is we're waiting for one of the escrow officers to free up over here so they can help you out here. If you can hang on just a few moments.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Uh-huh.
So do I just shut up now?
Well, you need to tell them, yeah, that's fine. You can just shut up. That's fine. I'll handle it.
How's your daughter's birthday going?
She had a girl, other than the bullcrap with Cold Stone Creamery yesterday. Everything's been fantastic. She had a great time.
Calling Old Republic Title, one of the nation's leading title insurers. We are known for financial stability, quality service, and our knowledgeable
Is there an echo while I have this on
Thank you
speaker?
for holding. We will be right with you.
I don't hear an echo, no.
Okay.
Old Republic Title is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Our entire staff is committed to customer satisfaction throughout the entire escrow process. We look forward to serving you. Please continue to briefly hold.
My other question was,
calling.
so they were going to put this on the MLS. How I got this deal actually,
for financial
a woman I work with,
quality service, and our
she's a local in this town and takes photos and stuff too, so she was able to just kind of, hey, you're obviously selling this, can we buy it? And so an agent wrote it up, but...
Okay, we're going to get you in one of the escrow departments. Appreciate your holding for me.
Thank you.
And I'm going to bring Pam here to help you out. You're welcome. This is Pam.
Hey, Dan, my name is Vincent. We have got a deal that's in there that we've put escrow on. I just got a quick question for you to understand what your process and procedure is here. It's a double closing, so we've got A to B and B to C. Mm-hmm. And we're B, obviously. And the question is, on when you guys are doing a double closing, I mean, the things have changed obviously dramatically in the last 10 years and prior to that with everything went down. But there are title companies out there that don't require me to bring funds to the table on the B side, if C closes first in cash, do I have to bring funds if C closes and brings cash that then funds the other two transactions or the other transaction?
Okay, so it's all concurrent and your funds are coming from one of those escrows.
Correct. Yeah, it'd be a simultaneous close. We can close the C portion first, so you have funds in your account, in your trust account, and then close the A to B, where the funds from C would fund that.
Well, if I understand you correctly, that's the way it would go. You wouldn't have to bring funds to the table if it's all going concurrent.
So, okay, so by concurrent, you mean simultaneous? Yeah, same day. So all happening within an hour or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Right.
so we don't have to. We would not have to bring our own funds to the table then, as long as funds show up to fund everything.
Well, if I understand you correctly,
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Okay.
that's true.
Well, yes. Okay, so I have a contract on a house to purchase it, and I have sold that house to someone else that's going to purchase it from me.
That is a double escrow then. We don't do them. Did you say we have that escrow here?
Yeah.
Who's handling it?
I don't know. Eric, who do you know who it is? I got my partner on the line here.
I don't. I'm actually, there's two of us working on this deal, and she has all of this information. I actually just texted her for the information.
So you're saying you don't do double closings?
I don't believe we can.
Okay. What would be the reason for that?
There's a lot of reasons for it, but we're getting into the legal end of it, and I can't get involved in that. But I can give you my manager if you want, and you can talk to her.
Okay. Legal end of what? I'm sorry. I'm not following you.
Okay. Well, let you talk to my manager. Hold on.
Okay.
You don't know who's handling your escrow. Otherwise, I just give it to who's ever handling it.
Can you just pull the file? I mean, you have it by property address, wouldn't you?
Address? Yeah. What's the address?
Eric, give her the address, please.
Yep. It is 23665 Foothill Road.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the street.
2365 Foothill Road.
Foothill?
Yep, one word.
Okay, hold on.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling.
Shall I real estate man? You see why I don't like to deal with title companies?
We are known for financial
Yeah.
stability.
So what was going to happen? You're going to let you show up and then you can't close?
Thanks for waiting. I'm not showing anything in this office under that address.
Really? Do I have the wrong office?
You might. This is Concord.
Yeah, you guys are, this deal's in Pleasanton.
Oh, that's why. Do you have that number?
It's a different office?
Yes. I can give you that phone number if you want it.
Okay.
Pleasanton is 925-462-9060.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very
Bye-bye.
much. Bye. For the love of God.
So why, I don't get why she said that she could, and then all of a sudden she said she couldn't.
I don't know, man. This is the stuff you deal with, okay? And then you let these people talk to your people, okay? And this is how deals get screwed up. That's why. What do you think I do things the way I do them? I don't have these other third parties that are incompetent involved in my deal talking to people or wasting my time. So just get the other one on the phone. Call the other place.
It's not letting me add another call right now.
Okay, just give me the number.
It is 925-462-9060.
Who is this partner person? Who's the partner
Angel
person?
Meniguera. She lives in Pleasanton.
Good morning, Old Republic Title Company. How may I direct your call?
Yes, we're trying to find the escrow officer for a deal that we're working on, please, so we can get clarification on the closing.
Okay, do you know the escrow officer's name?
I don't. I can give you the property address.
Okay.
Eric, go ahead and tell her what the address is, please.
2365 Foothill Road. Again, that's 2365 Foothill Road. And it should have been opened last night. I'm sorry?
Oh, okay. And who am I speaking with? Who's on the phone?
This is Eric.
Yeah, Eric Jensen. There's two of us. We're partners.
Hold on just a minute. The escrow officer is Teresa. Oh, no, that's not it. It was open last night.
Yep.
Let me look on our... And it was opened up in the Pleasanton office?
I assume so.
That's what we understand, yes. The assistant take care of it, and we're not getting the straight answer, so that's why we're calling directly.
And you said 2365 Foothill Road, right?
Correct.
Okay. We don't have an escrow open under that property address. We don't have one in our office, and I just searched our whole western region, and I don't show anything.
Really?
Okay.
Do you know who your agent is or who opened it?
There is no agent on it.
It's a for sale by owner?
Correct.
Okay. And do you know who opened it or who they talked to or anything?
That's why we're calling.
You're calling because you don't know?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Let me ask you, we don't know who the person is. Let me ask you a question real quick. Are you an escrow officer?
I am.
Okay. I need to ask you a question real quick because we're getting conflicting information, and I'm trying to just understand something here. Do you understand what an A to B and B to C double closing is?
What? You're breaking up. So what was that again?
Okay. Do you understand what an A to B and B to C double closing is? Simultaneous close?
Yeah, I know what a simultaneous close is.
Okay. I'm not trying to be funny. Forgive me. If you heard some of the calls we've been on, I have to clarify. Okay.
Well, no, because if you had gotten the receptionist, they probably wouldn't know that.
Right.
So yeah.
Of course. Okay. All right. And have you done simultaneous closes before?
Oh, I have. However, we don't. Old Republic Title is not a company that favors them.
Okay.
So we're not. We don't do them very often because they need to have underwriting approval.
Okay. But so that means that you do them, or do you know somebody else that does do them you'd rather have do it?
We have done them.
Okay.
I've done them out of different offices, not out of the Pleasanton office for Old Republic Title Company.
Okay.
Like I said, it's just not something that our company really embraces. We usually have to take the information and go and get underwriting approval before we can process a transaction.
You want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
So I've been in the business. I've been in business 25 years. Old Republic, First American, all of them up until 2009 did these things like gangbusters.
Right.
Nobody had any type of issue. with anything. And I don't, and for the life of me, I still don't get what the perceived issue is if we're buying something and paying cash and then we're selling to somebody else who's paying cash. I'm like, where is the logic in why this is a problem? So
that's a really good question. Like you just mentioned, we used to do those things gangbusters. We used to do a lot of things gangbusters up until 2008.
Yeah, but there's no fraud here. There's no fraud here. That's what I can't figure out. I'm like, I have yet to figure this one out. Like, where's the logic in this?
Yeah, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't answer that because I'm not an underwriter. I don't know what they're looking for or what they're, why they have to review it. We're just given those procedures when we're told that the transaction is going to be of that nature.
Well, I think my understanding, this goes back to 2008, was that this is when First American and Stuart Title got all tizzy about it, was that there was the perception, I guess, that there was some type of bank fraud involved if the end buyer, the C buyer, was obtaining financing for the acquisition, and those funds were the funds that were used for the A to B purchase also after he closed, because they closed them in reverse. And the lender did not know that their funds were being utilized to handle both transactions. That's the official story. Still not sure why that matters, but that's they think they were trying to construe it as some type of bank fraud if the C guy his bank didn't know that they were funding the whole thing. So anyway, all right. Is there somebody else? I mean, it sounds like it might be better if we could go someplace else for somebody that is. You
would probably want to talk to our operations manager if you want the order opened up with us. She's usually located in our branch, but today she's in a training class. I could refer you to the operations manager for Contra Costa County, and he could probably help you with that question. If you wanted an answer today, that's probably where I would refer you at this point.
Yeah, you have to get it closed out. I got somebody wanting to pay cash, so we have to get it closed.
Yeah, you got it. Did you try other title companies or?
No, it was this just happened last night, so.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, let me give you the phone number for so there's an operations manager. He's in, like I said, he's in Contra Costa County, but he can answer your question. His name is Doug Messer.
Okay.
And his phone number is 925-687-7880. You can still, open it in Pleasanton if that's convenient, or in Alameda County, but you can get your questions answered from him.
Yeah, I don't want to waste your time, and obviously we don't want to show up and not be able to close, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Happy to help. Okay, thank you.
I appreciate that. Thanks for your time.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, call this other guy. Give me the number.
Okay, 925-687-7880.
Did you get his name? Doug Messer or something?
Yeah.
Good morning, Older Public Title.
Yes, is Doug Messer there, please?
He is. Yeah, I'll bring that office for you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Older Public Title, this is Doug.
Hey, Doug, my name is Vincent. I got a quick question for you.
Sure.
All right. I have we have a deal. I'm a real estate investor, and I've been doing it for about 25 years. And there seems to be some confusion in the escrow officers at Republic that we've talked to, which is why I'm talking to you right now. As far as a simultaneous close, where I have purchased a property from somebody, or I've contracted to purchase the property from someone, and then somebody has come to me and said, "Hey, I want that," and they're going to buy it from me.
Sure.
Okay, so we have A to B and B to C, simultaneous close. Right. You're familiar with that process?
Yes. Well, I mean, there's a couple of different ways that people do it depending on how they're trying to structure the simultaneous close. There's a true simultaneous close where if you entered into contract, you have seller A, your buyer A, and then you've agreed to sell it to a buyer B. You're not wanting, in a true simultaneous close, you're not wanting to bring any of your own in. The funds from buyer B fund the actual purchase of the property and pass through to the original seller, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay. So we at times are able to do those that on a case-by-case basis. And if the seller asks us what the sales price is on the second escrow, we have an obligation to disclose that to them.
I don't have any problem with total transparency. Yeah, no, I don't have any problem with total transparency.
Yeah.
That's a non-issue as far as I'm concerned. There's no lender involved, so it's all cash from the guy buying it from us. So we don't have the concern about the lender not knowing they're funding the whole thing.
The only other question we generally have is the step up in value between the original sales price in the first deal and the second deal.
Okay.
If it's greater than 10%, and there's not a reason for it, like you've done improvements or something to show that more is warranted, then oftentimes we aren't able to ensure that if the step up in difference in sales price is greater than 10%.
It's not. Thankfully, I wish it were, but it's not. So we're under your 10% guideline.
Yeah. In most cases, we should be able to do that as long as there's no other extraordinary title circumstances or anything else that when we run the searches that have to be addressed. But but we have done the simultaneous closes before. So.
Okay. So assuming there are no title hiccups, everything is vanilla clean. You're saying then there's no issue with coming to the table, not bringing funds to the table, and having buyer B, or I think you're calling him buyer B,
fund the deal. Yeah, we closed the two deals concurrently. We have a little clause in there that does basically that we have all the parties acknowledge that the two files are closing concurrent, and that the funds from the second file are funding the purchase on the first file.
Yeah,
so it's disclosed. And like I said, we don't disclose what that price is, but if we are asked, we do have to tell them. So,
yeah, that's fine. I don't have any issue with any of that. We're not trying to conceal anything. It's just here's the thing. I'm sorry, if I don't have to, I don't know if you understand how transactional funding and all that stuff works, but if we don't have to pay the points and fees and all that for transactional funding, I don't want to do that. I'd rather just have buyer fund the whole thing. And if my worst case scenario is we have to re-explain to the guy that we bought it from that we're investors here to make a profit, that's not a problem. I don't have any issue with that. And he already knows that, so that's no issue. Okay, so because some of your staff seems a little not obviously as fluent on this, which is why they directed us to you. What office would you recommend we do this with to get it done that way? And then I guess it's going to come up to you?
Yeah, it probably would come up. I mean, they'll ask me about it. So where's the property located at?
I'm sorry, I don't know if Eric, where is this? It's in Pleasanton? Is that where it's at?
Yep, Pleasanton, and the address is 2365 Foothill Road.
Okay, so in Pleasanton. So our Danville office would be the closest office, I would say, to handle that, which the phone number there is at 925-855-8700. And then I would say ask for Pam Perry and let her know that I talked to you, that we had discussed this. She can take the information to get the orders open. It will be two escrows that will be done. So there are 2 escrow fees to be paid.
That's fine.
Because we have to treat them as separate files.
Of course.
But only one title policy. And let her know that we discussed it and that she can call me and I can give her the details as to, what our requirements are. But, like I said, as long as it's not anything that's out of the ordinary title-wise, and if we stay within that, 10% guidelines, we have full disclosure, then we're good.
Perfect.
Yep.
You've made my day. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. I can tell by talking to you, you've been doing this for a while and know exactly what you're talking about because you got it like.
Oh yeah, no, no. Those are the questions that come my way. So that's not a problem. And give Pam a call. She can open it up for you, and then just tell her to give me a call, and I'll go through it with her. So.
Well, I appreciate that. I look forward to doing business with you. Thanks, sir.
All righty, you got it. Thank you, guys. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Excellent.
Okay.
You are a rock star, sir.
Well, I appreciate that, but that's that's how you get stuff done, man. Okay. See, the first girl tried to give us a stupid test. Second girl tried to give us a stupid test, but at least she gave us the person to talk to. That's the right person to talk to. You can talk to him for 2 seconds and you can tell us what he's talking about. He explained the whole thing, exactly what we wanted to do, and said that's fine. Okay, but we have to disclose. Okay, I don't have a problem with disclosing. If you, I assume the guy you bought the property from, whoever you bought the property from, understands that you're an investor there to make a profit and isn't going to care as long as they're getting what they're supposed to get. Because otherwise they were going to list it and take the whack anyway. So what's the difference?
Exactly.
So yeah, man, you got to take control of your stuff. I don't know who these other people are, but you got to be the ramrod, okay? Just like you do exactly what you just heard, exactly what I just did. I want an answer and I want it now, and we're not going to stop until we get that, because right now you have a deal that is going nowhere. Okay? It's just like that deal with, I don't know if you listened to the podcast yesterday, the same thing with Dan, right? Deal is stopped and it's not going anywhere, right? And you're not going to make the money and all this stuff, but you can't just sit by and be idle, man. Too many people are passive, and they wait for people to get back to them and all that. We don't have, time kills the deal. Can't wait. You got to move, man. You got to be like a leopard when they smell blood. We're going after it. Okay. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's got to be that way. It's got to be that way all the time. It's just, that's the only way that if you want to be successful, that's what you have to do. Okay. And I don't know, I can't remember how old you are, but this society these days is like, people think you hear all the stuff people say about me, man. It's like whatever, but I get stuff done. Okay, I'm here to get stuff done. I'm not here to sit here and play tiddlywinks. Right? It's just business. You got what do you got? 17.5. So I just saved you $7,500.
I know. Holy shit.
Okay.
In 30 minutes.
Yeah. All right. $7,500. Okay, 3 phone calls. Really only one phone call. There was really one phone call that did that, but now you got the guy. See, and this is the thing. Now you got the guy. Okay? This is the guy. You got that contact. So it's like having a little chip. All right? You got to hold on to that chip, man. Hold on to that guy, because now he's your go-to guy when you want to do this next time. Now you know exactly where to go to. Old Republic, call Doug. Okay? We've closed him before. He understands what we're doing. Blah, 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 not a problem. And you just took a non-investor friendly title company and turned them into an investor friendly title company.
Yeah.
Because you got the guy. Does that make sense?
Sick. Yeah. Yeah, it does.
You listen to those girls, no offense, it's not a gender thing, but I'm just, as the people are there, they don't know what they're doing. So I tell you guys to try to stay as far away from title companies and attorneys as you can, because that's what ends up happening. And then you have those people talking to your people. Now all of a sudden, you're doing things that are illegal. What are you talking about? We're buying a house, selling a house. When did that become illegal?
Yeah, exactly.
She got all nervous, man.
It literally happened on another deal that luckily it didn't fall through, but I had to call them, and I told them, I was like, you stop. You have no right to talk to anybody. I was like, stop calling people. I don't know what you're telling them, but.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I thank you. Many gratitudes to you, and I will be in touch later today.
All right, brother. Is somebody else on the contract besides you? Who's this Cynthia chick?
No, it's Angel. Her name is Angel.
Oh, Angel. Okay, Angel. She's on the contract?
No, I'm on the contract.
You're the only person on the contract?
Yeah.
Okay. What does Angel have to do with it?
She found the property.
So you're going to pay her something?
Correct.
Okay. And you have a joint venture agreement with her?
Correct.
Okay.
I've done 3 or 4 deals with her before.
That's fine. Just make sure you dot your I's and cross your T's, and you're doing things above board, man. But there you go. Okay, so you just saved $7,500, and you just saved yourself a ton of headache and hassle by showing up at a closing that they weren't going to let you close.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What was going to happen? All right, so what you do now is get that damn escrow opened with this person and make sure you have the communication with them that, hey, look, here's the deal. We've already spoken with Doug. He's he's going to be the one to personally underwrite this for us. We explain the whole thing to him. Okay, so you put them on notice up front that this is the deal, so they don't try to stonewall you, like these other two already did.
Yep.
Okay, so you have two sets of contracts right now. You have your buy side and your sell side, right?
Correct.
Okay, well, go open escrow, man.
All
Get
right.
it done right now.
Get it done.
Get it done right now. Yeah, quit messing around. Just get that stuff in, get them going, and then your guy has proofed up with cash. He's got he's got a POF.
Yes, I have it in my email.
You got proof of funds, okay. And he can close anytime?
As quick as they do the paperwork.
Why are you talking to me?
All right.
Thank you for listening to the Virtual Real Estate Investor Podcast with Vincent Polisi. If you found any value in this podcast, please use our Give to Get method and take a moment to give us a 5-star rating in iTunes and your favorite podcast service so we can keep giving you excellent episodes of real content you can use to profit today.